Scottie.
Good evening, Mike. How you doing, buddy?
I got a little excited watching that video.
Well, there's lots of reason to get excited, Mike, which is a big announcement that we are going to be announcing tonight. We're not going to do it right off the bat, but I will say there's a lot of wheels at work that are all spinning in the same direction. And I want to say I'm thrilled to make this announcement. So we will do that later. But first and foremost, buddy, how you doing?
All is well, and the CFN Fish Off is approaching us. So I've been on the water filming some videos promoting the CFN Fish Off, but I know once the Fish Off starts, my time on the water shrinks between August 1st and September 1st because we're giving away so many prizes thanks to Shimano, and all you got to do is catch as many fish as you can.
The best part about it, Mike, is all you had to do was enter, and you get a chance at a prize, of which we are going to be giving away tonight. It's all packaged up. It's ready to go, and it is a load of stuff. It's basically everything that you could possibly need to target as many species as possible. And the reason we're doing that for you folks is because the announcement we're going to make later on will give you the incentive to do so. That's all I'm going to say.
If your announcement is any way related to that video, I just want to fast forward to the end right now.
Well, you got to be patient, man. You got to be patient. Patience is a virtue that not many people can possess. Mike, I'm going to put you through the gauntlet tonight. So we're gonna do what we can to get through all this, so I don't have to basically abuse you for too much longer. But
I do have some bad news for you.
Uh-oh.
So the good news is we do have 2 early bird draws. So if you're the first 100 to register, we wanted to thank you for being such great supporters. So that box that Scottie was holding up, you could win everything in that box. So thank you for our CFN sponsors. And if you're one of the 50 first people to register, we do have a $50 gift card to a local tackle shop of your choice. So we have 2 draws. But Scottie, the back end people, the people that the CFNers don't see, the hardcore CFNers at the back that do all the ballots and stuff, they were unable to give me the info necessary to do the draw. So our next Tourney Tuesday, we'll have to do those 2 early bird draws.
Oh, so we're not doing the early bird draw tonight?
Well, we have the names. I just don't have the names to put on the wheel so we could do it live. So I just want to wait to make sure that we get it done properly. But I see some people who are on stream right now, like Shane Richard. He was one of the first people who registered. So he's in both draws. I think, Nick, I have to see where your name falls. So there's a lot of people within both draws. I just don't have Anglers Atlas needs to give me access to get those 50 names and to get those 100 names.
Okay, so can we do it next Monday, Mike?
We could do it Monday or Tuesday, or we could do 1 and 1.
No, well, I want to get this box out to people sooner than later. As I said,
okay.
we've let it go too long.
Yeah.
So yeah, the sooner we can get this off to these people, because there's a reason for it, which, as I said, we're going to be talking about tonight. But
okay, awesome.
All right. So
yeah, sorry to disappoint. I just don't have all the names on.
Finally, something went wrong, and it's not my fault. Woohoo!
I'm gonna check my email now just quickly, because maybe the names have been sent to me, and then I could just throw them on a wheel. No, they're not sent yet. So I was hoping they would be sent to me before 7:30, but unfortunately not. But I will check before the end of the live stream, and maybe we could do the draw.
Okay. Well, just to wet the whistle of those who came here tonight, to give them a little snippet, just a little taste of what it is that they're going to have a chance to win in this package that are, as we've said, we can't thank enough the sponsors that have stepped up in a big way to make this package available. So what better way than to show who it is that is a part of this early bird prize? And Mike, you know what? You can go check your email, refresh it 100 times, because what we'll do now is we will play the videos through which our sponsors have added to this early bird prize. So we'll just go backstage for a second, and we will play it at verbatim here. So that's just a snippet. As I said, we are honored to have Pow Castings, Adrian's Custom Tackle, and of course our beloved Ugly Boys Baits, a part of CFN for a very, very long time, and they have stepped up in a huge way to make sure that our CFN Fish Off anglers and participants have everything that you could possibly need and want to target a variety of species. So literally in this box that we will be giving away next week, it's got it all in it, and it's got a bit of weight to it. So good luck to whoever wins that. You will be very surprised at the amount of stuff that's in that.
What do you think the retail value of everything in that box is, Scottie?
Oh, good question. I'd say probably $200, if not more.
So that'd be amazing. And they could use it in the CFN Fish Off, which runs August 1st all the way to September 1st. So that's a whole month of fishing. So I know we've, in the past, have put thousands and thousands and thousands of fish on board on the My Catch app. I am interested to see how many thousands of fish will be entered this year.
Agreed. I tell you, we and Mike, is it possible to hear where we're at in terms of number of anglers registered?
Yeah, so let me go live on the Anglers Atlas website. And so for those of you that might not registered yet, let me show you exactly how you go about registering, and I will do it live right now. And so all you got to do, can you see my screen, Scottie?
I can right now.
And is it the Anglers Atlas website that you see right now?
Yes,
okay.
It is.
So you just go to anglersatlas.com, and they've revamped their website. It's pretty cool. You can see all the project partners below. And if on the very top, you click events. So what I love about using this app is you're catching, you're conserving, and you're competing all at the same time. So if you go to events, there's some events that are running right now. Make sure to click this one here, the CFN Fish Off, which starts this Friday. So if you click the CFN Fish Off, make sure to read all the rules. And if you look, participants, wow, there's almost 400 participants signed up to start fishing this Friday. So they're all there. It's going to take a long time to scroll, but 378 and counting. And I know a lot of people procrastinate because they know they can't enter a fish until August 1st. And so they wait to register. But we have almost 400 anglers. That is some good participation right there.
And that's across Canada. That's the other thing people need to know is that it's 400 anglers, not just in the province of Ontario. That's across Canada. So are we hoping that grows? Absolutely. In fact, as I say, I'm going to keep going back to it. The announcement that we're going to make later on at the end of the show, hopefully will entice even more people to get involved. So awesome stuff. 400 anglers, that's nothing to sneeze at.
So if you are debating whether to join, I know when I go through this prize list, and we'll do it fast because we've done it in the past already, but once we go through this prize list, it'll give you a chance if you have any questions. And one of the reasons why we want to run this live today is if you have any questions, then post them in the comments because the CFN Fish Off is starting August 1st. So we want to answer all your questions before the tournament starts on August 1st. But while you are thinking of your questions, we're going to give you some info right now. So any fish, any species from August 1st to September 1st, please enter. There's the poster. You see it online everywhere. And every single week, we are going to give out a next save combo, which means if you catch 12 fish that week, you have 12 ballots. If you catch 36 fish that week, you have 36 ballots. And then every Sunday, midnight is the cutoff. And then Monday starts the next week. So try to catch as many fish as possible. I love it when kids just go to a dock and pick off like 30 perch in a couple hours. Now they have 30 perch ballots into that weekly draw. So catch as many fish as you can, submit them because every fish is a ballot. Next, we have another next save combo. So if you're a child and you don't need a fishing license because you're 17 and younger, we have a special prize pack for you, and only kids 17 and under can win a next save combo. So every single fish that you catch, we will put into this prize pack. That means if there's a kid that catches 20 perch on 1 week, and then let's say 14 bluegill on week 2, and then they end up going back to the perch spot on week 3, like, so that's 20 plus 30 plus another 15, like those are all ballots into the kids prize pack. So fish as much as you can because every fish is a ballot. Nasky, Scottie's second favorite reel now.
Well, no, I don't want to turn my back on the Nasky. You know what? The Nasky's got me through some really tough times. Me and the Nasky, you know, there's a relationship there. There's no way I could turn my back, but I will say very secretly, if it's not listening, I'll say it to you, Mike. If I had money to spend and I wanted the best bang for my buck, the next prize is the one that I would probably invest in. But Nasky, please don't be upset. Don't be upset. I've loved you for like all my life, all my angling life. I've loved the Nasky.
So we do have a Nasky draw. All you have to do is catch 5 species. So let's say perch, crappie, bluegill, largemouth bass, and brown trout. That will give you 5 species, which gives you 1 ballot into the Nasky draw. So the more species you catch, the more ballots that you get. So if you catch 10 species, that means that's 2 ballots into the Nasky draw. And that's exactly what we are going to reward you for. If you reach 10 species, that'll give you 2 ballots into the 5 species draw, but 1 ballot into Scottie's favorite bang for the buck reel, the Mirabelle. Why do you like it, Scottie?
You know, I'll be honest with you. A lot of the technology that Shimano has found its way into this reel, and its price point based on the amount of technology that's available in this reel truly makes it a level up from the Nasky. And I think anybody that understands and knows Shimano would agree with me that you've got steel components as opposed to some rubber and plastic. Like there's so much that has gone into this reel. They've done a great job though at making it at a price point that is still considered entry level. But as I said, best bang for your buck, I tell everybody, is the Mirabelle.
Shane Rissard says he likes it. I posted a video yesterday. I was at Bass Pro holding the Nasky, $150 for a Nasky.
Yep.
And so it is an amazing reel. And the Mirabelle, is even better than that. So all you got to do is catch 10 species to be in the Mirabelle draw. And then this is my favorite reel right now. So I have a Mirabelle, I have a neck save, and I have a Vanford. I don't have an ASCII, but my Vanford is the best setup that I have, and you have to catch 15 species to be in the Vanford draw. Have you tried it yet, Scottie?
I have, and I will say yes to all of that. But again, Vanford is, for some of us folks who have, middle class jobs, we have prior commitments, we have bills to pay. A Vanford is one of those elite reels that if I were to spend that kind of money, I would want to make sure that there was a guard posted, wherever it was at all times. I would want it wrapped in bubble wrap, this, that, and everything. So it's one of those reels that if you have the ability to protect it and you are an elite angler, I don't need to tell you about the Vanford because you probably already have 6 of them in your rod locker. The Vanford is just one of those reels for us entry-level weekend warriors that might just have a price point that may exclude us having more than one. With that being said, the fact that you can win one of these just participating in the CFN Fish Off and manage to catch 15 species, well, hallelujah.
You could pretty much buy 2 Naskies for the price of 1 Vanford.
Exactly.
And so all you got to do, catch 15 species, and you are in the Vanford draw, which means if you caught 20 species, that would give you 4 ballots into the 5 species draw. That would give you 2 ballots into the 10 species draw for the Mirabelle, and then that would give you 1 ballot into the Vanford draw. So tons of ways to win, and it's all about participation. And if let's say you don't catch 10 species because maybe you live in an area that you don't have access to it, you could still win the Mirabelle because every species will have a longest fish. So if Shane Richard caught the longest smallmouth bass, and then Mark Wolf caught the longest long-nosed gar, and then let's say Lloyd caught the longest bluegill, and then Brad, who's watching, caught the longest perch, they would all get a ballot into our longest draw and potentially win the Mirabelle. But if Shane is like a bass master and he got the longest largemouth, the longest smallmouth, and the longest rock bass, he would get 3 ballots into this Mirabelle draw. So size matters. Size matters because it matters in terms of this prize.
Yes, Shane, absolutely. And I will say that buffalo, again, just to dangle the carrot in front of the horse, that large buffalo that you caught a couple years back, it would have helped immensely with the announcement that we're going to make a little bit later. But I digress.
Shane is saying that he is out of town August 16th to 23rd. So if you are wetting a line any time between August 1st and September 1st, then any of those fishes that you catch can be entered in the CFN Fish Off. We are also giving out. Go ahead, Scottie.
Sorry, and Mark, you're 100% right. The symmetry combo, I'm not 100% sure what reel it is. If it's just a straight symmetry reel, or if it was just a reel that was made
symmetry
for the
reel
combo.
and a symmetry rod.
That I have to agree with Mark, and I have a couple symmetry combos. 100%, Mark. I do like that combo. I really like that combo. And if you're looking for an entry level for an angler that's becoming serious, this is a great combo. Absolutely. Thanks, Mark, for saying that.
Yeah. So the Nasky is about $150, but the symmetry combo is about that same price range, and you'll get a reel and a rod for the price of a Nasky. And so we want you to share your hero shots. So on the app, you could click hero shot, hold your fish, hold the fish, and then take a shot, and then upload that to our CFN Fish Off Facebook page. Because although there's almost 400 anglers signed up to the CFN Fish Off, there's like 4,000 anglers on the page. So we want to show off your catches on the page to anyone who might not be in the tournament. And to thank you for showing off your catches, you'll be put into a draw. So if you show off 20 catches, that's 20 ballots you'll have to potentially win a Noski. We have a foot-long draw, so another neck save combo. So every fish that you catch above 12 inches will be put into the foot-long draw. So size matters again. If you catch a 12-inch bass, which is not that small, but it's also not that big, make sure to enter it because it'll give you a ballot to win a neck save. And I have a neck save. And Scottie, it is a really nice reel.
Yep.
Not as nice as the Mirabelle, but it's super smooth.
It is. It's another great combo. I'm so glad that Shimano's done this for. It really speaks to our community. You know, at the end of the day, they want stuff that they can trust and rely on. And the neck save and the symmetry combos, they tick a lot of boxes. And I'm so thankful that we have a sponsor that really speaks to our community, and they do so with prizes like this. It's awesome.
Yep, from a neck save combo all the way up to a Vanford. Speaking about a Vanford, all you have to do to win a Vanford, so if you catch 15 species, you'll be in the draw. But let's say you don't catch 15 species, you could still win a Vanford by filming yourself with any Shimano product. So whether it's a rod, whether it's a reel, whether it's a hat or a sweater, hold the fish, show your Shimano product, post it on Facebook, and all those videos Shimano loves seeing. And to thank you for helping promote Shimano, you can win your own Vanford. This is probably my favorite prize, and I love seeing the videos. And I know when we go to the Shimano office, they love seeing everyone's videos.
It really does. And folks, I can't thank you enough for those who have done it in the past. When Mike said, when we show that reel, we put all the clips together. Both Bobo and Lee, you know, you can just tell with the grin on their face how proud they are to see, you know, Shimano being pumped. And again, Richard, you're going to want to listen too. They have really helped out and upped the ante. And we'll get to that in a second. Sorry, I keep digressing.
Jeff has a question. What is the cost to participate, Scottie?
Oof. Well, this is the most, I would say, exciting part, Jeff, and I'm really happy that you've asked this question because it's a question that we get asked a lot. In fact, a lot of people have said, you know, you guys really should charge something, and much to some people's chagrin and you know, advice, I have always said and will always, as long as I'm on this planet, the CFN Fish Off will be free to anyone to participate.
There it is, right there.
We do not want to create barriers. We want to make everyone inclusive. We want to make it accessible for everyone. So the minute you attach a fee to it, it just changes the dynamics. So when you look at these prizes, and I know I digress, wait till you see the last prize. But when you see these prizes,
I don't even know the last prize. Scottie's holding it back. Scottie said, I have a crazy, insane announcement. And I go, okay, tell me. He goes, no, I'm going to wait till the end of the show. So I don't even know what the last prize is.
So with all this being said, and of course, all the shipping costs and everything else, everybody's like, you should charge $10. You should charge. No, under no circumstance. Both Mike and I, with various things that we do, whether it be with My Catch or other things, we're able to find money to keep this going. So as long as we're able to do that and things are good this year, you know, shipping charges and all that, we're looked after. You know, thankfully, Pow Castings and our good buddy Brad is helping us do some of the shipping, so it alleviates some of that expense. But as I said, guys and gals, we just want to see you out fishing. And so does Shimano, and they're willing to up the ante like they are by providing these kind of prizes to get you to do it. So when you show your Shimano, that is payment enough. I can't stress that enough. It's payment enough.
We probably wouldn't have this many prizes if people didn't film themselves showing their Shimano. So you need to, like, this is my favorite prize because it's huge, it's a Vanford, but it helps, you know, it helps the tournament run, because when Shimano sees other anglers showing their Shimano, and then other anglers who don't have Shimano see all these other anglers showing their Shimano, it just helps drive the whole machine. So make sure to show your Shimano. And what's cool is, let's say whatever, you can't go out fishing. You'll go out fishing once within August 1st and September 1st, and you catch one measly 8-inch perch. Show your Shimano, post it on Facebook. When you do a draw, you can win a Vanford by catching one 8-inch perch. There is no tournament in the world where you can win a prize that big for catching one fish that's only 8 inches long. So show your Shimano. All right. This one, Scottie, I haven't told you about, actually. Thanks to Shimano, they're going to give us some Power Pro spools and some Mastiff spools. So total fish, we're going to give you a Shimano prize pack with some Power Pro and some Mastiff. And like I said, if you get 20 fish the first week, 30 fish the second week, only 6 fish the third week, those are all balanced into our weekly draws. But when you add up all your fish from August 1st to September 1st, and this is in the draw, this is a prize, because whoever has the most fish entered will win this prize. I would love a kid to catch 100 bluegill to win this prize. So this is one of our trophy prizes versus our draws, where catch the most fish, you automatically win this prize. Have you used Mastiff? I haven't used Mastiff yet.
I have, Mike, and it's like using a zip tie. You know, zip ties. When you tie a knot with Mastiff, it's truly what it's like, because as you draw it, you know, tighter and tighter, you can feel it cinch, because the technology in the line has abrasions which are basically similar to that of a zip tie. So every time you pull on that line, it just tightens down and locks even more. So it's pretty cool.
All my reels have Power Pro, and I can't wait to use a Mastiff. And if you've never used it, you can win it here, and I'm sure you'll be a believer. Next, another Vanford, total species, total length across 10 species. So any species you want, measure it up. Size does matter. And if you have the longest total length across 10 species, you automatically win the Vanford. So this is not a draw. The other ones is catch as many fish as you can so you can get as many ballots as possible. This one is like our master angler trophy, because if you have the longest length, and last year, longest length across 10 species came from Quebec. Do you remember who it was, Scottie?
Was it Darius?
Yeah, Darian Savage.
Savage. Oh yeah, that guy's
the reigning champion. Total length 10 species. I know part of it was catching a huge gar. I can't remember his other species that he caught, but if you want to win a Vanford and you don't want a chance being in a raffle draw, and you just want to win one, aim for this prize: 10 species total length.
Douglas is with us, and he's from Nunavut. He doesn't have 10 species.
You can still win a Vanford, Douglas, by submitting one video of any species and just show your Shimano. So that's when we're thinking about how can we create an event where, regardless where you live across Canada, you can win a Mirabelle, you can win a Vanford, you can win a Nasky. And so we tried to creatively create different categories. So whether you're a weekend angler or a tournament pro, so this is like, if you're a tournament and very competitive angler, this is the prize you want to go for, because you're used to catching big fish. Like Bill Landry will be at the top of this leaderboard because he always catches big fish. But someone like you, Doug, if you don't have 10 species, then you can still win a Vanford by posting a Shimano video.
So great question here, Curtis. Thanks so much for asking. These are great questions. So he's asking total length across 10 species. Is that like one fish of each species, or can I enter 100 pike?
It definitely has to be 10 different species. So a big pike, a big gar, a big salmon, a big bass, 10 species of your choice. And if you catch 15 species, we'll take the 10 longest ones. And remember, we also have the big fish draw. So if you catch the biggest pike, you'll be part of that big fish draw for a Mirabelle. All right, I'm almost done, Scottie, because I'm excited for this announcement that I don't even know about. We have our 2 early bird draws. We played the videos. So our next broadcast on Monday, join us, and we will do our 2 early bird draws. One for a $50 gift card for the first 50 anglers that signed up, and one for the first 100 anglers that signed up. So join us on Monday, and then join us every Tourney Tuesday, because we will answer all your questions. And Scottie, I'm going to do one more draw.
Okay.
Actually, this one's not a draw. This one's a trophy, because it's August 1st is when we start. So 12:01 is when the app opens up. Whoever enters the first fish, will give them a Power Pro and Mastiff prize pack.
So that's 12:01 Eastern Standard Time?
Eastern Standard Time, August 1st. So this Friday. And depending on where you live, make sure it's Eastern Standard Time. And first fish entered, every fish is time-stamped. Enter it online using the MyCatch app, and you will win a spool of Power Pro and a spool of Mastiff.
Doug, I love Doug. He's awesome. You have my
All right. So again, join us every Tuesday, and we do have a bunch of questions to be answered, Scottie. I will post them on the screen. People have been messaging me, DMing me, sending me comments. So if you read the question, Scottie, I will answer it, and then there might be some questions as well in the comments. So if you have any questions that we don't answer, put them in the comments. And if you haven't registered, make sure to go to anglersatlas.com/events and register today. So let's go through these questions, Scottie.
Let's go to the first question.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute.
You want to go in the comments?
Yeah,
or
I'm going to go in the comments for 1
me?
second, because I just want to make sure that we answer this question more than once.
Okay. What is the cost to participate? The answer is free. You can win a $300 Shimano Vanford for free. All you have to do is enter one fish. Now, if you enter more fish, you have greater chances, but you could literally win a Vanford for free for entering one fish. And that box that Scottie showed you, someone's going to win that for free for not even entering a fish. So thanks to all those who have already registered. Okay. Next question, Scottie.
Can I register after August 1st?
Yeah. So you can submit any fish from August 1st to September 1st. And if you're not fishing until August 15th, you could register now and then submit a fish on August 15th. Or you can wait till August 15th to register. But we encourage you, because we love seeing how many people are participating. We encourage you to register as soon as possible. But you can literally register on August 30th and then catch a fish on August 30th and win a Vanford on the last day. So it is possible. But sign up as early as you can so we know how many anglers are participating. But anytime between August 1st and September 1st, you can register. And those are all our prizes that Scottie is showing now. Here's the next question, Scottie.
Can I use the MyCatch app when I don't have any self-service?
Yes. So let's say you're going to a remote river, no cell towers there. Use the app. It doesn't need any cell service. And then when you get back to your car, when you drive back into the city, it'll pick up the cell service, and then it'll upload your catches onto our servers, and then our judges can verify them. So if you don't have self-service, all that information will be stored on your phone. Every video and every photo you take will be uploaded into your local camera roll. And then once you have self-service, it'll be uploaded to our servers, and then we could verify it for you. So the answer is yes, no self-service needed. Okay.
Where can I read the full list of rules?
So go to anglersatlas.com/events, and there that's where you can register. But before you register, you read all the rules, because there's rules like it has to be caught within the Canadian borders. There's rules like minimum size is 8 inches. So everything you need to know is on the MyCatch website. So to anglersatlas.com/events, or you can go to cfnfishoff.com and access it there as well. So if that's easier for you to remember, go to cfnfishoff.com and you could access the MyCatch website from there, and you could also read the rules there as well. Okay, next question.
What species can I enter?
Any species. The caveat is it has to be 8 inches long. So if you catch a creek chub, you can technically enter a creek chub if it's 8 inches long. So any species caught in Canadian waters can be entered. And the MyCatch app is amazing because it uses cell towers and cell service. So it knows if you're in Florida and try to enter a fish, it knows that that fish wasn't caught in Canada. So any species in Canada you can enter as long as it is 8 inches long.
Now,
Okay.
Mike,
Yeah.
Obviously, does fish size matter? Yes, it does, and Mike will get to that. I don't know if one of the questions is about invasive species.
Any species, including invasives. Like if you catch a whole bunch of gobies that are 8 inches long, I've never seen a goby 8 inches long, but I think Shane Richard told me he caught one before. Someone has caught one before. We want that invasive species out of the water. So if you catch invasive species, definitely enter it. Like if you catch a grass carp and enter it in CFN Fish Off, that's amazing. 1, you get a ballot. 2, you're getting that carp out of the water. And 3, we can record it in terms of where it was caught and send it to the proper authorities. So invasive species definitely count if you want to enter them.
I don't know if you saw that grass carp that Richard Elliott
caught.
Yes,
I did. I saw the video on CTV. Wow. So if you catch a grass carp, enter it for sure because you're helping everyone, including yourself, in terms of winning a prize.
Right on. Does fish size matter?
It matters because it has to be 8 inches long. And the reason why we have that is we don't want any like micro species that might be a little fragile in terms of taking it out of the water, or we don't want anyone scooping minnows and getting 3 species from that scoop. So we do have an 8-inch minimum. So size does matter. And then for our 10 species longest total length, it matters. Size matters. And then for our foot-long draw, it matters because every species you catch over 12 inches gets you a ballot. And then for our largest fish draw, it also matters. So some prizes it matters and some prizes it doesn't. Like I said, an 8-inch perch can win you a Shimano Vanford. So we try to create categories that if you're a weekend angler, if you're a kid, if you're super ultra competitive, there's a category for you that, it matches your skill level and experience. Hey, MJ.
Now, this is a great question. Now that MJ's in the screen and it came from the comment section, Mike, this is one of the reasons that I truly love the CFN Fish Off. G-Star 1414 is asking, can kids help with your catches?
Yeah, so there's 2 ways kids can participate. One way is if a kid is with you. So let's say MJ catches a 9-inch crappie. I can include that within my catches because we want you to bring kids out with you. An even better way is you can register your child or anyone who is 17 and younger under their own username. And so instead of MJ including her catches with my catches, we could just include it under her name. And then that way she'll be included in the kids' prize draw. So either way is fine. One of our mottos is take a kid out fishing. So whether they enter it under their own name or whether they enter it under your name, it doesn't matter because you're taking a kid out fishing. So either way is up to you. But if you do want to enter it under your child's name, you do have to create an account, a separate account, and register the same way you registered. Okay, next.
How will weekly draws be announced?
Just like this, every Tourney Tuesday. So every Tuesday, we will compile all the catches that were done the week prior, and then we will give out those weekly draws. And then at the very end of the tournament, so after September 1st, we will compile all the data because there'll be probably close to 5,000 fish entered. And that's when our judges will sort through the data and give away all the other prizes. So join us every Tuesday because if you have questions, we can answer them and you might win one of our weekly draws.
What is the difference between a draw and a trophy prize?
So a draw is, let's say, every week for week 2, every single fish is a ballot, and it's a luck of a draw. Our largest fish draw, whoever has the largest pike, whoever has the largest brown trout, whoever has the longest gar, like all those ballots will be put into a draw. And so it's a luck of a draw. However, our trophy prize, let's say large total length across 10 species, that's not a draw. Whoever has the total length across 10 species will win that prize. Whoever catches the most species will win a prize. Whoever catches the first fish will win a prize. And so those aren't draws, those are our trophy prizes. I see 2 more questions. Actually, this is the last one.
Who do I contact if I have any questions?
So come to Tourney Tuesdays every single Tuesday. Post your question here. Well, let's check the comments, Scottie, as well to see if there's any other questions.
I don't have any here, Mike, but I have a couple questions that I'd like to, just in case folks are thinking of doing a charter. Does the catch that I reel in on a charter count?
So anytime you go fishing, you could, I'm getting messages all the time. Can I fish from shore? Actually, most of the anglers in the CFN Fish Off fish from shore. Can I use a boat? Yes, you could use a man-powered boat, like a kayak or a canoe, or you can use a gas-powered boat. If you go on a charter, then any fish you catch on the charter, you can also enter. If you are entered, let's say in a kayak bass tournament, and you catch 12 bass, all those fish can be double entered into the CFN Fish Off. So any way you want to fish, whether it's by yourself, whether it's with a group, whether it's on a charter, whether it's on shore, whether it's on a boat, any fish you catch August 1st to September 1st gives you a chance to win some of these awesome prizes that you see now.
Awesome stuff. Well, I think you've answered all of the questions that I can think up off my head. I will say there is one component that we ask anglers to really pay a lot of attention to, and I don't want to take away from the excitement, but one of the biggest things that we're really strict on is all about fish handling. I will say this only because it needs to be said. Obviously, our water temperatures are starting to climb, as we know. So certain fish like muskie or trout, they're susceptible to that warm water. So we need you guys to focus on, as much as you are excited, and trust me, we totally get the excitement factor. We need you guys to remember to keep the fish in the water as long as you possibly can. Bring it out on the bump board in order to do your video to take the length, and then immediately release it if in fact that's what you're hoping to do. I don't know too many people that are going to be hooking a muskie and taking it home. So again, muskie is one of those fish that is extremely fragile when it comes to water temperatures. If you are a true angler at heart, and you respect the resource like we do, like most CFNers do, just the only thing we can emphasize, keep it in the water, do what you can to ensure the health and the healthy release of that fish.
Yep. And Tony has a question. There is, all the neck save combos are 2 pieces, so it is easier to ship. All right, Scottie, I'm going to, my mind's going to be like, I can't wait anymore. I need to hear this announcement.
So you have a prize, I believe, for 5 species.
Yes.
You have a prize for 10 species.
Yes.
You have a prize for 15 species.
Yep.
Right. And then I do believe you have the longest prize of those 15 species, correct?
10 species, longest total length. Correct.
Okay. So we're dancing around what has always been sort of something that I've envisioned, because at the end of the day, we want not only this fish off to matter, but we want the person who wins it to be decorated in a way that speaks to you as an angler. And we want to do it on behalf of Shimano. So if you saw the beginning, if you saw the video, it was of a stellar reel. So what Shimano has done, if you catch the most species that are also the longest total, so in other words, if you catch the longest perch, the longest bluegill, the longest bass, the longest walleye, the longest pike, the longest muskie, longest salmon, if you catch the most number of species, that are considered the longest, you will be rewarded as the Stella Queen or the Stella Stud.
Okay, let me get this straight. And we got to. This is on YouTube, so we're gonna clip it and post it.
Yeah.
So, a brand new prize that I don't even know about that you've arranged with Shimano to win a Stella. And how much is the retail value of a Stella? I'm gonna look it up right now because I know it's like triple the cost of a Vanford.
I want to say it's
even
close
more
to,
than that.
I want to say it's close to $1,000, Mike. It might even be a little bit more.
Let's see. Shimano Stella. I have $1,729, and then there's another Shimano Stella FK $1,250. So it's over $1,000 reel.
Yeah.
Let me show you right here. I don't know if the light doesn't show. Yeah, but yeah, so over $1,000 reel, and this is how you win. And let me make sure I understand.
We want to reward the angler who catches the most species that are the longest at the same time. So if you catch the longest fish of the most number of species, so let's say you catch eight species, but they're all the longest, and no one else has caught more than 8 species that are longer.
Yeah,
you become the Stella Stud. You become crowned the Stella Stud. So in other words, if there's only 5 species and you've caught them as the longest, we want to know who catches the most species that are the longest.
Yeah.
Now, how this became, I'll digress just a second so you understand how my cartoon brain works. I wanted to up the ante for our retreats. So what I had suggested, because we always do a mini CFN Fish Off at all our retreats. So Mike, you're going to Camp McIntosh. Richard, you're going to Horwood. If you catch the most species, so let's say if you're up at Horwood, you catch a bass, a walleye, and a pike, but they're the longest together, like they're the longest of that fish, and you catch all 3 species, and you manage to catch the longest of all 3 species, you get crowned either the Stella Queen or the Stella Stud.
Wow. Okay. So whether it is going to Horwood, there's a Stella that could potentially be one. Whether you're going to Camp McIntosh, there's a Stella that can potentially be one. And they're definitely giving out a Stella for the CFN Fish Off. Last year, there was over 100 different species caught in the CFN Fish Off. However, you're saying that out of those 100 species, if I'm the angler that has the longest fish in 11 of those species, and the next person has the longest fish in only 7 of those species, I am the Stella Stud.
Yes, you are, Mike. Yes, you are.
Wow. I'm going to enter the CFN.
Right? Well, no, you get a chance to do this up at Camp McIntosh.
Yeah.
That's the best part. So if you're coming to Camp McIntosh, you know what species are available up there. You know, we have our Kevin and we have our Ian who always go out and get the long toothy critters.
Yeah.
And that's great. Yeah, that's there'll be a prize set aside for longest fish. But if you catch the largest fish of the most species, you will get the crown. And Tony, that's exactly how I envisioned it, because I think of a Stella reel as a trophy. It is the flagship of Shimano. It's a trophy. I mean, it's something, if you are a Shimano lover or you love Shimano products, the Stella is what you want to get to. That's the level that you want to get yourself to. Well, you know what? With the CFN Fish Off and with our 2 retreats at Horwood Lake and Camp McIntosh, you're going to get a chance to win the Stella Queen or the Stella Stud, depending, of course, what you identify as at those retreats. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but we want to make sure that women are just as equal as men. So if it's a man that catches the most species and they're the longest, he will be declared the Stella Stud.
Lloyd, you got to come back.
If you are a female and catch the most species that are the longest, you are our Stella Queen.
Yep. So Lloyd, if you're coming back to Camp McIntosh, I know it's a long trip for you. You could be the Stella Stud. I gotta call like the top leaderboard people to make sure they hear this announcement from last year. Like, I'm gonna call Darian Savage and make sure he knows, hey, you can win Stella. I gotta call Bill Landry and say, you know what, you can win a Stella. Even the people here like Shane and Mark Wolf, they can win a Stella.
Yep.
Holy smokes.
I pitched the idea to Lee, and it was I'll tell you a little bit of a backstory. I couldn't sleep. I got up at 3:30. I'd gone to bed early because of the long drive home from Long Lock, yada yada yada. Anyway, I get up at 3:30, and I had already had this idea about creating the Stella Stud, the Stella Queen program, and there's other caveats to this, Mike, that I'll share with you after we let live. But when I wrote it down, I think it was 4:07 in the morning. 4:07 in the morning, I sent the text to Lee. Within 3 minutes, I got a reply saying, absolutely, Scottie, that's brilliant.
Wow.
I don't know who's up at 4 o'clock in the morning this moron, but yeah, I could not believe how quickly Lee responded. So absolutely thrilled. This is a true honor for CFN to have this. This opportunity is just like second to none. And yep. I would love nothing more than, as Tony said, to hand that trophy. Because I know, Tony, to your credit, I would never use a Stella. It would be in a trophy case. This would be something that I would be very proud to have and own, but I don't know if I'd use it. I really don't think I'd use it.
I've used it once at Camp McIntosh. Our good friend brought one up, and I said, right. Can I have one cast with this, please? And I only wanted one because I didn't want to wreck it. It's over $1,000.
Absolutely, Steve.
Oh, it was Steve Stella.
Is the new girl in town. This is really going to set our CFN community up a notch when it comes to making stuff like this available, and not just to CFN, but it could branch out into other communities and unite us all. So
I'm going to share something with you, Scottie. Everyone's watching, because this is getting me excited. This is last year's CFN Fish Off 2024 entries. So there was 3,479 total entries. And so let's name a species, Scottie.
Walleye.
Walleye, of course. Before I go to walleye, do you see this drop-down menu, Scottie?
Yeah.
So this is every fish that was entered, from an alewife to a brook trout. Let's keep scrolling. A cutthroat trout, a koniki, Pacific halibut, rock bass, striped bass, white crappie, yellowtail rockfish. So these were all the species that were caught. And if I had time, I would count them all.
So, Mike, to go back to, if I'm not mistaken, we had Nick, who was on the West Coast. Was it Nick that was on the West Coast?
No, not Nick. I can't remember his name, but he caught a ton of saltwater fish. So
a lot of people would probably be at this point saying, well, if you live on either coast, I mean, you have a huge advantage. You're right. It typically you would think so, but Darian Savage fished in Quebec and managed to win this. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't necessarily matter if it's saltwater or freshwater. There's no guarantee that you're going to win. Darren proved to everyone, and he didn't fish at all saltwater. He didn't even look at saltwater. He was strictly fishing freshwater fish, and he managed to win this last year.
Yeah. So I am looking at walleye right here. The longest walleye was 80 centimeters. And I don't know if you have some way to convert that, Scottie.
That'd be about 27 and a half inches, I think.
So that means Dylan would have got a ballot for the longest walleye into our draw.
Exactly.
But let's see. Let's pick another species.
Pike.
So let me clear walleye, and let's go to pick another one, Scottie.
Pike.
Northern pike. So a northern hogsucker, a northern pike, and a northern pike minnow were all caught last year. And so if we go to northern pike and we go to sort by length. So Alan caught the longest that was the shortest northern pike, a 51 centimeter northern pike. by Stephen Gray. And so what our judges will need to do is who caught the biggest fish, who caught the biggest fish in each category, and whoever that was would win a Stella.
If there is a tie,
Yep.
If there is a tie, we will pick the next species that they've both caught, and whoever has the longest of those two wins.
This is exciting stuff, Scotty.
Do you know what I'm saying? So if you have, two guys that have caught, like one's caught a big pike, one's caught a big walleye, one's caught a big bass, one's caught a big bluegill, they're tied. So what we will do is go to the next species of fish that they've both caught that are considered their longest, and whoever's caught the biggest of that species will be declared the winner.
Let's look at Darian Savage right here. Darian Savage, he won total length across 10 species. And so these are all his entries. Northern pike, muskie, greater red horse, a lake sturgeon, walleye, channel cat, bowfin, chinook, shorthead red horse. So these are all Darian Savage's catches. I'd have to see which of these catches were actually the longest in each species. And I'm going to have to call him because he could win a Stella this year if his performance this year is as good as last year.
That's it.
Oh, let's look at Shane Richard. I know he's watching. Richard, how many catches? Shane, did you have a lot of catches, Shane? Let's see.
Yeah, he did pretty good.
Yeah, so let me remove. I got to remove Darian. And let's go to Shane. Hope I'm not putting you on the spot here, Shane. So Shane had a largemouth, a smallmouth, a common carp, and a brook trout. So those are pretty good. I'm excited, Scotty. I'm going to have to somehow film a video sharing this information to excite people about winning a Shimano Stella. I'm excited. There might have been a little drool that came out.
Well, I'll tell you, it woke me out of a dead sleep last night. So if it only caused a little droplet of drool, the effect that it had on me was way worse or way better, depending on the way you look at it.
Yeah.
But to sum it all up, best way to describe what the CFN Fish Off is, you get a chance to win a prize without even catching a fish. If you do catch a fish, you get another chance to win a prize. But at the end of the day, who cares? You still went fishing, and you get a chance to meet a whole bunch of people. I think that was what Douglas said. From coast to coast, you might lose a little bit of sleep. It is a bit of a grind, and with this relentless heat, as I said, I'm just concerned about the fish health. So I can't emphasize it enough, folks. When you do catch a fish, make sure you have your camera ready. Make sure you have your bump board or your measuring stick or whatever it is you're using to measure your fish ready and available, so that when that fish does come to shore, you're not spending too much time having to dance around in the mud and whatever. Fish handling is very, very important. I know there's been ideas and suggestions that maybe we dock people that don't handle the fish properly. They do get spoken to, and we, as we always say, we educate, we don't humiliate. And it's not about stomping on people, because there's an excitement value that we have to, a variable as well, that we have to value and respect as well. So people get excited, they catch a PB, they catch a fish they've never caught before. I remember Bill Landry talking about it at great length. I have never wanted to target creek chub before, but because of the CFN Fish Off, not only did I do that, I liked doing it. So
yeah,
it's cool stuff.
Amazing. So everyone, sign up for CFN Fish Off. Spread the word to anyone that fishes. What I tell people all the time, if you're planning to go fishing anyways between August 1st and September 1st, add a little bit of excitement, add a little bit of, a whole lot of extra fun and a chance to win some prizes. You're out on the water anyways, might as well enter and potentially win a Stella,
Amen,
a Vanford, a Mirabelle, a Nasky, a Neck Save, a spool of Mastiff, a spool of Power Pro. You might as well, you're fishing anyways.
Amen.
All right, Scotty. Well, you know, we've been on for an hour.
I know.
It
I know.
feels like 20 minutes. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Spread the word. Take a kid out fishing. Have fun. And we will see you online during the CFN Fish Off.
Yeah, baby.
All right.